In my never-ending quest to find the perfect 13-inch convertible laptop, I recently took delivery of the HP EliteBook x360. This is the updated model from the one I reviewed last year. And this is a premium business class laptop, but I think not only business users would love, consumers will love it as well. Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is my unboxing and review of the HP EliteBook x360. Coming up. Today's video is brought to you by Skillshare, an online learning community with over 20,000 classes. Now, for the longest time, I've been wanting to up my YouTube game, taking it to the next level, and that's where Skillshare comes in. I want to up my photography and videography skills. They've got some amazing classes that have really helped me. They have classes for design, photography, business, film, technology, fashion, music, gaming, culinary, you name it, they've got classes for it. And I have some really great news. The first 500 people to sign up using the link in the description will get their first 2 months for free. That's right, 2 months free. So why not head on over to Skillshare.com for more information and where you can sign up. And I'd like to thank Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Now, there are plenty of options when it comes to the EliteBook x360, so I'm going to concentrate on the specs on my unit. Now, mine has a 13.3-inch UHD display, that's 3840 by 2160 or 4K display, touchscreen display. It's covered in Gorilla Glass 4. It's powered by the Intel Core i7-8550U. That's an 8th generation quad-core processor. It also has 16 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, 512 gigabytes of PCIe NVMe SSD storage. It's got plenty of ports, we'll go over that. It's got a 56 watt-hour battery. It's got Bang & Olufsen speakers. They're quad speakers, they're really good. We'll also go over that in a little bit. But enough with the specs, let's find out what you get inside the box. Let's open it up. Now, in the box is your extension cable, your 65 watt USB-C power adapter. It's pretty compact, and that's always good. And it's also versatile, giving that 2-prong flip-out adapter as well. You get some documentation and warranty information, and of course the unit itself. We'll get to that in a moment. You get your rechargeable pen, which uses USB to recharge. That's great. It uses the Wacom AES technology. We'll go over the pen later on in this video. Now, holding the EliteBook x360 for the first time, it's thin, it's light, it's very premium. It's got that all-metal design. It's actually really nice, very similar to the Spectre x360 from last year. It's a very sleek-looking design. And the pen attaches magnetically to the side, and it's pretty secure as well. It's not coming off that easily. Now, when it comes to the ports, it's got a pretty nice selection. On the left side, you have a USB 3.1 Type A 3.5mm headset jack, power button, and the SIM tray for the optional LTE. And on the right side, you get your volume rocker up and down, 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports that support 4 lanes. That's always great. Kensington lock port, and a full-size HDMI port. And I have to say, for a 13-inch Ultrabook, it's a pretty nice selection of ports. One notable missing port, no microSD or full-size SD card slot. Now, when it comes to the LTE, you can go with either Qualcomm or Intel. That's your choice. And I like the fact the slot is spring-loaded. You don't need a tool to open it up. Now, I'm using this with my Google Fi SIM, working well. Now, this is unlocked, so you can use it with many different carriers. Just check to make sure all the bands are supported. Like these kind of videos, why not hit that subscribe button and also hit that notification bell. This way you'll be alerted every time I post a new video. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter, because that's where I post all the latest updates. Okay, so let's talk about the display, one of the best features of this laptop. Now, I chose the 4K display. It's a 3840 by 2160 resolution, and for those keeping score, 331 pixels per inch. You're also looking at a 16:9 aspect ratio, great for media consumption such as Netflix and YouTube. But of course, I'm the bigger fan of the 3:2 aspect ratio like you'd get, say, with a Surface Book. That's better for productivity tasks, in my opinion. You get some very deep black, some really vibrant colors, so that's always good, and it covers the color gamut pretty well at 100% sRGB, 76% Adobe RGB, so if you're a creative professional out there, you might want to check this out as well, although there are some better options, as you can see out there when you look at some of its competition, but this is good nonetheless. And it's a very bright display, coming in at 425 nits for the 4K model, but if you choose the Full HD model, that comes in at a whopping 475 nits, which is excellent. And there's an optional privacy screen on that Full HD display that gets up to 700 nits according to HP. Those are phenomenal numbers. Now, as you can see, there are plenty of options. You can go with the full HD resolution, or you can go with the full HD resolution with the optional SureView privacy display. Now, again, this is the 4K display. This, of course, is absolutely gorgeous, but the full HD is very good, bright as well, and very crisp. Now, this being an IPS display, you get some really excellent viewing angles. I didn't notice any kind of screen bleed, and you get some pretty thin side bezels. You will notice there is a bit of a chin on the bottom, and there is a slight bezel on the top to house that Windows Hello camera.
So this is the front-facing camera on the HP EliteBook x360. It's actually not bad. It's a 1080p, 30 frames per second. I've certainly seen worse on other devices. This certainly will definitely get the job done when it comes to Skype, any kind of video conferencing. It's everything you'd want, especially if you're a business user who relies on Skype, who relies on video conferencing.
And it's also a Windows Hello camera, allowing you to log in with face recognition. It worked well pretty much every time I used it. Good job on that front. And in addition to the Windows Hello camera, you have a fingerprint scanner located below the keyboard on the right side. Setup was easy and registered my finger pretty much every time I used it. Great for Windows Hello login as well. Okay, so let's talk about the pen, because it does stick magnetically to the side as you see here, and it actually works pretty well. Now, unlike some other pens, this one is actually rechargeable, and you don't need to hunt down any kind of quadruple A batteries. This is actually pretty good, although it doesn't last that long. I did notice I had to charge it a few times every now and then, depending on, of course, how much you use it. Now, it does have 4,096 levels of pressure sensitivity, employs the Wacom AES technology, which I think is better than the Surface Pen's and Trig Pen technology. Now, it connects via Bluetooth, and it does have a customizable eraser button on the top. Here, as you see, I click it, it activates the drawing app. It's actually pretty good. It's good for taking notes if you're a student or an executive in a meeting. That's pretty good. Now, this has some pretty sturdy metal hinges that don't have a lot of flex on them. That's good. And this being a convertible laptop, you can put it into the different modes, whether it be tent mode, stand mode, or of course tablet mode. All work great, but my favorite, of course, is laptop mode. Now, the keyboard on this thing is phenomenal at 1.4 millimeters of key travel. It was very comfortable to type on, especially for extended periods of time. The keys were nicely spaced out. It's got 71 grams of actuation, and it has a multi-stage backlight where the keys light up very bright and easy to read in a dark room or a dimly lit environment, allowing you to get work done. That's excellent. And when it comes to the touchpad, equally impressive. This time they went with precision drivers, not the Synaptics, which is really good. Two-finger scrolling is a pleasure. Windows 10 gestures work as advertised. Okay, so let's talk performance. Actually pretty good. They're looking at an 8th generation Core i7-8550U on mine. There is a version with the vPro, which is a little bit higher as far as clock speed is concerned. But as far as this is concerned, really did well, as you can see from the Geekbench multi-core score. It can do some gaming, of course, but of course this is not a gaming laptop. I think we all know that. But you can play some games if you turn down the settings. Some older titles will play on this. But if you want to play AAA titles on the highest settings, look to a gaming laptop. This doesn't have a dedicated GPU. But the good news is the Thunderbolt 3 ports support 4 lanes, so if you want to connect to an external GPU to play your games, you have that option. And since this is geared towards the business user, productivity tasks on this device are excellent. It handles everything with a breeze, banging out some emails, Microsoft Office are really good, Excel, Word, all kinds of things you want to do with this. As far as productivity is concerned, this is the beast. Now, when it comes to media consumption, this is excellent, of course, especially if you get that 4K UHD display. Netflix, YouTube are a pleasure on this device. And I was actually pretty impressed with the thermals on this. When I streamed a 15-minute HD video, it didn't get overly hot. The hottest it got is on the bottom, 97 degrees Fahrenheit or 36.1 degrees Celsius. Not too bad. And also, as far as the fans are concerned, there are 2 of them, and the fan noise wasn't too bad, wasn't too loud as far as that is concerned. And unlike HP's consumer offerings, they make it easy to get inside, and that's because you want to cater towards the IT departments who have to repair these things. Just unscrew the Torx screws and you're in. Now, taking a look at the internals, you see the dual fans that we talked about, the 56 watt-hour battery, the large speakers on the bottom, and the LTE modem. That's the option I went with. It goes over there. Now, the RAM is soldered on, so you won't be able to change that, but the SSD is swappable if you want to replace it, although I don't know why you'd want to, because you get some excellent reads and writes with this. And when it comes to endurance, you won't be disappointed. And as I stated, as a 56 watt-hour battery, and on my continuous web surfing test over Wi-Fi at 150 nits, the 4K model with the Core i7-8550U processor got 7 hours and 10 minutes, which for a 4K laptop is excellent. And with the full HD model, you're going to get all-day battery life, nearly 10 hours. These are excellent run times for this ultra-portable laptop. But if you find yourself needing to plug in, no problem, it charges pretty fast with the included compact 65-watt USB-C power adapter. You'll get 79% in an hour and a full charge in an hour and 52 minutes. That's pretty good. Now don't be fooled by this 13-inch body. The quad speakers on this thing are phenomenal. They're Bang & Olufsen tuned and they are really good. They get loud, they hit the mids, and they have some bass. Really good job HP on the sound on this device, especially for a business-focused laptop. That's why I think consumers will absolutely love this laptop as well. So to wrap it all up, can I recommend the HP EliteBook x360? And the answer is absolutely. This is a phenomenal 13-inch laptop, convertible. It's a bright, sharp, vivid display, premium, sleek design, outstanding build and quality, outstanding audio, fast SSD, and very good battery life make this the excellent choice for not only the business user, but the consumer. Now, the nitpicks here would be, well, the price. It gets very expensive, obviously, and it is geared towards the business users, so the IT departments and the purchasing departments really don't care too much about the price. They care whether it can get the job done, repairability, and so forth. But it's also not the fastest in its category as well. But really, those are no deal breakers by any stretch. If you have the money, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is my editor's choice for the 13-inch convertible laptop category. I'm going to give it a score of 94%, making the HP EliteBook x360 worth your money. So what do you think about the X360 EliteBook from HP? They've hit a home run here, ladies and gentlemen. This is as close as you're going to get to a perfect 13-inch convertible laptop. I'm not kidding. You're getting some really good battery life, an optional gorgeous 4K display, really good performance out of that 8th generation processor. It's Core i7, great pen support, and I love the fact they're using the Wacom AES technology. So that means you're getting some really good pressure sensitivity, some really good palm rejection on this. I like the fact that there's a magnet that allows you to stick it to the side, much like a Surface device. And they've really thought of everything in with this. In fact, the way this differentiates from its consumer cousin, the Spectre X360, this actually has some more legacy ports. You're getting a full-size HDMI port on this. You're getting LTE support on this as well. And I've been using it with my Google Fi SIM. Working really great here in the Las Vegas area. Very good speeds, and I can't stress enough how great it is to have built-in LTE in my laptops, something I want going forward from now on. I've actually gotten spoiled with devices like this. This is really as close as you're going to get to the perfect convertible. This is that good, ladies and gentlemen. The screen is gorgeous. The performance is very good. Everything you'd want. But I'm curious to know what you think. Let me know in the comment section below. What do you think of the EliteBook x360? This to me is as good as it's going to get. And by the way, the speakers on this are fantastic. Now, normally we see out of these 13-inch laptops, tinny speakers, not very powerful. This is the opposite. This actually sounds fantastic. And I don't know what HP did with these Bang & Olufsen speakers, but they're fantastic. They get loud, they fill up the room. I can't say enough good things about it. This is an absolutely fantastic laptop, and this is my editor's choice now for the 13-inch convertible. A couple of things I'd like to see. Upgrade to the Whiskey Lake processors would be nice, although that's not going to make a big difference in terms of performance, maybe 15 to 20% at most, but you're going to get a little bit better battery life, even though the battery life is actually pretty good on this. Even though it has a 4K display, it actually did pretty well. The full HD model, by the way, gets even better battery life. Now, there's also a Shore View display option as well. So for those who want a little bit more privacy, that's obviously an option as well. And that's a very bright display as well. So very kudos to HP on really producing an excellent convertible. And I can't wait to see how they would follow up with this one. So please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share this video. Don't forget to leave a comment in that comment section below. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if there's a device or something out there you think I should review. I'll do my best to try to make that happen. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, and of course my website, amdtechreviews.com. So until next time, this is Andrew from AMD Tech. See ya.